Okay, Amber Button here. In this little video, I wanted to kind of go over some art journal flip through. I did it the other day with the butterfly book, and today I'd like to do it with the watercolor art journal from Jane Davenport. This is my current page. It's still wet, work in progress here. I wasn't going to buy one of these, and I fell in love with one of Jane's videos where she explained how it's a practice journal for her, and I've never had one before, and it has made all the difference in the world to me. I want to show you my old art journal first. Still working through it, but so this is a Dylusions art journal, and it's meant to be an art journal, but it's more like, you know, a painting journal. My painting's in here, and I love the way that the Dylusions journal is set up. However, the paper is cardstock, so you have to actually prep it before you use it. So you can't just, you know, sketch something and paint it later, or add a little blob of paint, because it has to be prepped. It takes time. So it kind of discouraged me from doing art, from doing daily art journaling, because it's this whole big thing. But in Jane's journal here, and in other watercolor journals, it's watercolor paper, so it's ready to go. I mean, you can put journal tape in it, but it's pretty much ready to go, and that encourages you to see, like here where I smudged some off, encourages you to work daily and not be this whole big thing. So, but I also wanted to do a flip through just to show you my old one. I've been working on this for a few years now, and it's kind of more like where I did lessons from Lifebook and other things, but it's more like finished masterpieces. There's not really learning in here as far as daily practice and sketching, and so it's a little intimidating because I didn't want to work in it unless I had this whole project, and with 4 kids I don't have a lot of time to do whole projects, so I am really happy to have the new one. But here's just some pages I did. See, here's where I used watercolor. It doesn't take very well. It's not the right paper for it. You have to prep it first. There's some gorgeous texture. I'll just kind of flip through it real quick. Some of these are lessons, and some of these are kind of just my own projects, and it makes for really thick, great paper, you know, once you gesso and add layers. But like I said, it can be kind of a big daunting thing. This is where I had to put watercolor medium first. And I love having these art journals and looking through how I've grown and what I would do differently. I definitely think I've changed over the years. This is the first thing I did in there. And you can get a lot of collage and texture. It's very thick. It's much thicker than the other paper. But I definitely prefer Jane's now. It's not done, obviously. So here's some Jane stencils. You can tell from the faces there. Now I have a better grasp on how to use stencils properly. Here is a Jane lesson from a new lesson, actually, with the new mixed media supplies. And I used some of Jane's supplies on this one also. As you can hear, the pages also tend to stick together. Ugh. And that's it. So as you can see, it's just basically manila envelope. It's very low quality paper. I do like the cover though. You can paint the cover and then put stuff in here, which is cool. But here's a little flip through of the new Jane journal. I've been working on this for a couple of weeks, and since I got it, I've used it every single day, which is awesome for me. So here it is. You guys have probably seen it in a lot of the pictures and stuff. There's the front. I love that it's a blank canvas. Practice, I put swatches in here. This is ready for a lesson. There's no pressure doing it this way. You can add little characters and you might end up loving them. Like I love this right here. Or you might not. It doesn't really matter. It's just practice. This was some smudges, and I did the mermaid dreaming lesson. When I did this one, I realized I had to redo this mouth 4 times. It's watercolor, and I was so frustrated that the next day I practiced mouths. So, and then I got a cute girl out of it, but is mostly for the mouth practice. This was me blending the watercolors with paint pens and learning what worked and what didn't. And also trying out the stamps. Again, trying out the stamps, and they're great for trying out different hairstyles and stuff. There's not a lot of pressure because your face is done. Some swatches over here. I did a Dorothy inspired piece here that I had posted online, Seeing Jane Supplies. And it started out as kind of an odd sketch, an odd face. I wanted to try it. I never would have tried that in the other journal because it would have scared me. It's so far different from how I usually do faces. This one, it's hideous to me. I don't like it. It was using the napkins, the collage papers, but it taught me a lot about faces and textures and all of that. So even though I don't like it, I wouldn't change it for the world. This one is my new favorite and a favorite online. I was literally just practicing noses. You can see some noses in here and mouths. I was really just practicing noses. I put a piece of tape, washi tape there for the eye. And then I kind of was practicing noses and liked this nose and thought, I'll try some eyes. I'm really bad at the 3/4 profile. So did the eyes and I thought, wow, that's the best 3/4 profile eyes I've ever done. Let me try a mouth. It worked. So I built on it and made this art journal piece. And I can, even though it's in a journal and it was practice, I can actually scan it in. And in Photoshop, I can get rid of this line and it will look like a finished art piece. And I like that the faces are in the background. It looks like a crowd, some people judging her, challenging her. So I really love it. Swatch practice, practicing with the rub-ons, playing with the mermaid markers. This is another one of my favorites. I just wanted to try very light and soft and warm colors, and it worked. After I saw this, though, that's when I went out and bought the journal tape. Here's another Jane lesson. I didn't have a rub-on, so I just drew it in. And I did journal purging here. I wrote some very personal feelings and thoughts very quickly, and then painted over them. Here's just some sketching figures. I posted online. I actually did this on my lap with a sick baby on my chest. Here's one of my newest pieces. This is Queen Elizabeth or Queen of Hearts, either one. And I did this purely using mermaid markers and some magic wands. I never used mermaid markers for a face. When you add a lot of water and pull it out of the other colors, you can really get a soft skin tone. More practice. Oh, I got it all wet. That's okay. And this is my piece I'm working on today. It's inspired by the packaging from the magic wands, and I happen to have this 100-year-old, or actually it's like 75-year-old book pages from Alice in Wonderland, so I put them in. Here's where I did Danielle Mack's lesson from our group of the Mermaid Tales, and I did it, and I hated how the water reacted with the paint, with the tape here. It kind of made it look off-putting, but for abstract to be fine, but I didn't like it here. And then I started to write something, and it bled funny, so I love the tape. It just kind of covers your boo-boos. Here's where I just kind of collage down. That's the other thing, is I've been going ahead and collaging in things, and then I can add to it later, and I don't have that white page fear because it's already got something on the page. So here's one where I took some napkins from the dollar store and glued them down, and then I had some mermaid marker on this plastic palette I used, so I wiped it off here. And I haven't painted the back yet. So I just wanted to kind of go over why I think it's really great to have a practice journal. And it takes away the fear and the pressure, and then you might end up with something really beautiful, or just practice, and then the next thing you do could be great. Also a great way to audition ideas for canvases and art you're going to sell. Well, have a great day. Thanks for watching.